And then Charlie Lecream, Charles Leclerc, Oswald Pastry, Chuck Morris. There's some fantastic names. Hello everybody, welcome to Chaz Draycott Media and welcome to Formula Legends. Now, the demo for this game is out at the moment. We've had a release date for this of the 18th of September, so not too far away and right next to my birthday. This is a game that, I'm going to say it straight off the bat, it looks like Circuit Superstars. It's focused solely on Formula 1 and a homage to Formula 1, and it all looks really cartoony and cute. And it looks absolutely fantastic. I've already done a very first look video at this game, and it's over on GTPlanet, so I'll put a link to the video in the description, so if you want to go and have a look at my very first impressions, then obviously you can go and see it there. But this game, I established in my first half hour of playing, is absolutely fantastic. One thing I didn't do on the GTPlanet video is properly look into all the settings. I thought it was just game and audio, but I failed to see that you can go into the graphics and things like that and look at the gamma and all sorts. So I've got VSync on, and I've set my monitors to just 60 Hertz. So we will obviously just get 60 Hertz for that. There's no better way of me putting that. Because the amount of broadcasting and streaming and recording I do at 60 FPS, there's no point me having higher than that. The gamma correction, to be honest, I quite like the gamma to be quite high because I realised it's quite a dark game. Here's all the controls. We'll get into all of that as we go, and then the credits at the end. Okay, so I'll show you a time attack first, and we'll go to Belgium. Now, there's three little marks underneath this here, as you can see. There's three versions of the circuit up there, so if you go between them, look, you get Vintage, Classic and Modern. The Modern one have the DRS or WRS zones, and then you get, obviously, Hungary as well. There's Classic and Modern. So you can get multiple different eras of the circuits and multiple eras of the cars. We're going to go to the Classic Spa, and I'm going to show you the early 90s cars. Look at this. This is the Ferrari. You get Alan Proust. You get Jacques Altresi, which is obviously John Alesi. The helmets are very, very good homages. You get Byron Renault, which is Ayrton Senna, and also Gerhard Berger, and the McLarens. You get the Williams as well, Mansell and Patrese. You also get Nelson Piquet, and I couldn't figure out, for the life of me, who that was. I think it was Alberto Moreno, but I don't know if I'm thinking of a footballer when I say his name. There's some fantastic drivers, cars, names, all sorts. Mika Hakkinen, of course, I'm a humongous Mika Hakkinen fan, so I will be driving his car to do this first time trial. You get traction control, you get ABS. It's mighty tricky, actually, to consider the fact that you have to be careful on the throttle and on the brakes. There's the definitely not Minecraft people trackside. And you get a cool dash with your car's health, your fuel, all sorts. A track map as well, and that changes based on the type of car that you're using as well, is what type of dash you get. The steering is quite heavy, so you know, you hold it down and it takes a bit of time to get full lock out of it, and you have to be hard on the brakes. I mean, this handles so well compared to the other cars. These are the camera angles. You can be so far away, but you can also, which is really cool, go on board, which I absolutely love. I quite like this closer up camera angle, maybe one away from it like that, just to see a little bit more. So this circuit is different on this version than it was on the other one, because I had a bit of a chicane up there on the modern version. I'm having to actually look at the track map, to be fair. This is the same as it is on the modern version, and then this corner is so awesome. Big swoop around here with a bit of curb on it. You can't just keep your foot down everywhere though, because the car does get a little bit squirrely and get away from you. You feel it start to vibrate as the car grips too much, and it will over rotate. You can't look back or anything like that, but it's just so fun. So fun. Like I've said, I know it looks like Circuit Superstars. It's got that cartoony art style to it. I wouldn't be surprised if the developers one day said, you know, there was inspirations from Circuit Superstars. And the way in which it's done, and the way that the pixels are a bit rough here and there, you know, it's not perfectly smooth everywhere. I like that about it. It's got a really rough art style to it. And it's got this vintage effect to it. There's almost like a CRT screen effect that I only noticed when I was editing. But you get the scan lines going up the screen. I mean, if I just stop the car for a second and if you look, you can see there's a bit of a scan of lines going down, and there's lines going up as well. So you've almost got this VHS style screen. some of the colours and things separate blue, red and green channels. It's fantastic. It's a wonderful homage to it all, and it's great fun to drive. But I know that you don't want to see me just doing hot laps on my own. I mean, you might not even want to see this video, but unlucky, you're here watching it. Let's go and do a race, shall we? You've also got photo mode, by the way. I'll show you a bit of this. Triggers up and down. You use the sticks, obviously, to move around. It's very sensitive. And then you can play with like how closely it focuses, so you could have it against that like that. I will actually make a thumbnail here and now. You have to hold down the arrows to get the focus distance to move. It's very slow and then suddenly very fast. And as you can see, look, it's easy for it to get away from you. There's no motion blur or anything like that at this moment in time. You can increase the camera aperture so it focuses a bit more on stuff. It does go darker as a result of that. Put the brightness up. Just the general brightness like that. The music's brilliant, but I'm not sure if it's copyright free yet. I've just uploaded the GTPlanet video earlier on this morning, and I didn't see whether there was... oh, look. Ah, so you can take the filter off, which is the scan lines and stuff. So you can make it perfectly smooth instead. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. Hide the UI and take a screenshot on Steam. Good thing is you can't accidentally jump off that. You have to unhide the UI to go back. Anyway, let's go back to the menu. Watch how quickly it does this. Bang. Oh, never mind. Now. No. Now. Boom. Menu. Really cool. Really quick. Tasty. So let's go into a race. There is pit stops as well, actually, which are part of the tutorial, but I'll do a pit stop in the race just to show you. I want to give myself a bit of pressure, just one qualification lap. We'll go for a medium length race, which will be 7 laps, and we'll go for normal difficulty with the penalties on. In terms of race aid, we'll keep traction control. Yeah, we'll do it everything like that. Damage will be disabled just for now. We'll go to Hungary. I haven't done a race around here yet. You can see you can change the weather and everything up here. Let's go for some cloudy weather. And let's go for the modern Hungary. And we'll go to the modern cars. You get the 70s cars, which are these fantastic looking machines. Absolutely gorgeous. Some great liveries. The car model is the same, but the liveries are all different. And then you get the mid-20s. So you get the Ferraris, you get the McLarens, you get the Red Bull. You also have the Mercedes. Then you get the Aston Martins, the Alpines. And then I think this is a fantasy team. This is basically, I think it's just a story mode team, because there is a story mode that you can play in the game. So I think this is part of that, basically. It's by the developers and it's got their logos and stuff on it. So I'm a big Lewis Hamilton fan, shamelessly, and I will go as Lewis for this. There's the 1980s cars, which will come to the game eventually. On some of the loading screens, I've noticed sort of early 2000s cars as well, like 2005s to even 2009 cars, where they had the tall wings and the big front wings and so on, the Brawn days. Here's a look at the circuit, though. And here we go. Here's Lewis. We're on softs. So in the time trial I was just doing, the tyres don't wear down, but in this, they do. So you have to be careful about it. I think they do anyway. I think it's only when you start your lap. These cars have got battery packs, which I have to press A to deploy. They also have DRS, WRS as it's known in this game. And you have to be within a second of the car in front to have that activate. It'll come here, look. And it actually opens. See it? It's fantastic. Oh, chicane here. I like this. But yeah, it's a wonderful, wonderful game, and like I say, my first impression was on GTPlanet, so I'm not going to sit here and fake it and pretend that I haven't seen this before. I just want to enjoy it, to be honest with you, and give it another go. And it's good to come back to a different video armed with the knowledge that I have now, you know what I mean? Obviously the Hungarian Grand Prix was just last weekend, so it's very fitting that we get that here. And there is my qualification time. Pole position, smashing. 2.8 seconds clear of Mark Pierstolen, which is, I believe, Max Verstappen. And then Charlie Charles Leclerc, Oswald Pastry, Chuck Norris. There's some fantastic names. Sergi Perez. Love it. Hans Troll instead of Lance Stroll. Okay, so I'm not going to win this race because I'm going to do a pit stop, and I'll show you exactly what that entails. You choose the tyres at the beginning, so we're going to go for softs. You use that with the D-pad. You hold the right trigger here to get the optimal launch off the line. And we got a good one, but whoa, Max Verstappen's got a better one than me. And he's crashed. He's driven through me at the beginning. Interesting. So, is there contact now? No. Why are they ghosts? I don't understand why they're ghosts. They shouldn't be ghosts. Oh well, we'll drive around and we'll get to a pit stop. Use a bit of battery. I did have a slight audio issue in my GTPlanet video as well, where halfway through the race the car lost engine sound. You could still hear the hybrid and stuff powering up. The pit lane entry isn't until the start-finish straight. Wait till you see this pit stop. Okay, so we're going to go on to the mediums. There's this little phase through into the pit lane. So, you have to hold down the right trigger to do the fuel on the right, left trigger for the health on the left, and then you press X, B, Y, A for the tyres. Once they're done, you have to click down the two sticks, and that launches you from the pit lane. So as a player, you are in control of the pit stop, and it is difficult, to say the least, because you're focusing on the triggers. You only need to hold them down for as long as you have to, and then you've got to press the buttons at the bottom. It's so cool, but I like that because it's not just down to the AI and down to the game itself, you know, randomising the pit stop times slightly. You have to control that as a player. So it's 11 laps around this place. It was 7 laps of Spa when I raced there on medium. Hello. Bit of a moment there. Now, did I choose something on here that has meant that, yeah, I've got no tyre wear or anything happening at the moment? Oh, I've not put tyre degradation on. Okay, let me go back to the menu and we'll start that again, shall we? So there is a story mode, look. So you go through the different eras of Formula 1, which I'm really excited to see. There is also a showroom, so I think that'll be for where you save your replays, your screenshots and stuff like that. Let's go to custom mode, though. Let's go to race. Qualification laps, length medium, penalties, yes. Race aid, traction control and ABS off. Fuel consumption, yeah. Okay. Left and right, put those on. Damage, yeah. Collisions on, there it is. Okay. And then we'll go Hungary, we'll go for cloudy conditions, and we'll go to the modern one. Sorry about that. Let's go to the correct car, and let's go. Okay, so we'll do our qualification again. I should have maybe turned the difficulty up a little bit, actually, knowing that the AI aren't as quick as me around here. The average speed of a lap is very high, but I think that's going to make it all the more competitive because you have to carry a lot of speed and you have to really nail the steering and get it right because it feels like the car is heavy. And obviously with the camera being quite stiff to the car, it feels additionally heavy. Use a bit of battery, use a bit of WRS there. It's so funny though. Oh god. It's absolutely fantastic looking. I'd love to see what the replays look like and watch the race from an outside perspective. It'd be great to see if you can save the replays and obviously watch the race back from a sort of trackside TV camera perspective. That would be really good fun. Bit of battery release there. Ooh, tap of the brakes part way round. Don't go outside track limits. WRS across the line. And that should be pole. Yes, that felt like a nice lap, that one. I'm excited to see how competitive this gets with online. Look at that. 3.7 seconds clear. And here we go. Back on the grid. So the game has autosave, as you can see that little icon that comes up in the bottom right. We're going to go on the mediums. Here we go. Oh, apparently perfect. But Max one tap-in has had me. See how he avoided a collision there? They now move around. Hello, bit of damage. You can't look behind you, so I don't know what happened there, but it looked like the Ferrari went in a little bit deep. I was trying to give him room. Contact. And neither of us got WRS. I don't think you get it on the first lap. Swooping through there, into the chicane we go. Now I nearly lost the first race that I did on GTPlanet. I nearly lost to Max Verstappen because I had a stupid incident at turn 1 where I locked up and went straight on as soon as I'd overtaken him. Sorry for the spoilers. But do go back and have a look at that. My reaction to that was very raw and it was a wonderful first view of the game. But we are battering it here. Oh yeah, I don't get WRS because I'm in the lead of the race, so there's no one to give slipstream. I'm going to brake and get out of the way of these. Oh, there's a lock-up. Come on. Come on, get past me, son. There we go. The AI don't seem too aggressive most of the time. They don't seem like they want to push you off or have a real go. Did I change them to easy or something? I didn't activate my WRS then, even though I'd clicked for it to do it. Oh, I think I pressed battery by accident. So it's B to do your WRS and A, on an Xbox controller this is, to do the battery. I'm on an Xbox One Elite 2 controller for this. It's a controller that I've used for many years. The plastic's falling off it, the triggers are knackered. But it's a wonderful controller. Right, watch this slipstream now in the WRS. Look at that. Bye, Max. And you can deactivate it by pressing B, or obviously when you come off the throttle it deactivates as well. So the mediums are on 72% here. I don't know if the medium tyres are going to last the whole race. That's probably why I'm a bit quicker. I'm actually intrigued to see whether we need a pit stop or not. I think we might. Oh, you need to be careful of the curbs. It does unsettle the car. I'm going to pin it and see if I do a pit stop at about the halfway point here. But it's good to know that the races aren't just, you know, 3 laps or whatever. It'd be great to see how this handles online play as well. That's one thing I'm super excited for with this, is the addition of multiplayer. No WRS down the straight. Crowd are loving it. The bridge is morph away in a weird way. Let me just change the view a little bit higher and show you. When you go to this view, watch how this morphs out of the way. I like that it does that, but at the same time, I'm not a fan of how it goes about it. This is the onboard view. Can't see a great deal, but I like the challenge of that. It makes it a bit more challenging to be a part of it. I've gone outside track limits. I've had a warning. Maybe another one for that as well. I think this is quite a cool perspective of it. I just prefer this camera, the second angle. I think that's the best one for seeing a lot of what's going on around you. We are absolutely decimating the field at the moment, but we have to make a pit stop, I'm pretty sure. I'll get a warning soon, look, when it says that the tyres are at 50% health. We haven't finished half of the race yet. We're on lap 5 out of 11, so I want to finish the next lap before I then pit. Oh, a little bit eager on the throttle there. Whoa, and it got away from me. See, no traction. Made a mistake and now I've lost a lot of time to Verstappen. Sorry, I mean to not Max Verstappen. It does a great job though of getting around the licenses and stuff. It looks lovely. You know, it handles the names in a classy way. I think it's great. Ooh. The grip does go away, by the way. When the tyres start to get worse, the car isn't as fast, so the lap times aren't as good, and it does start to break away when you're on the throttle out of corners. So you have to be really careful and properly on it. Let's use the battery all the way down the straight here. Get some speed up. Okay, see what I mean there? Just breaking away. When the tyres get down to nothing as well, they are absolutely useless. The car doesn't do anything. You can see that it's breaking away. So I need to be careful on this final lap. It didn't tell me off the track limits there. I was just holding my breath, hoping that I didn't get a telling off. But it's great fun, this. It's good fun to just kick the car around, and it's similar to Circuit Superstars in the way that it feels really satisfying when you get a corner right or a section right at high speed. So let's see. Let's come into the pits this time. Tyres are shattered. I'm going to go for another set of mediums. Oh, we can't. That's interesting. So you can't use the same compound twice. So into the hards. So I'm going to hold down the 2 triggers. I don't know if the buttons at the bottom are in the same order. They are not. Okay, all 4 done. Go. Verstappen's coming for a pit stop as well. Go. Okay, we've come out in a bit of clear air here. I wonder if the AI use different tyres. I don't know if you can see on the tyre wall what type of tyres they're using or not. Whether you get white, yellow and red tyre writing. Got some WRS there. Up behind what I think is Lando Norris. Oh. I think I got in trouble there. Bit of battery. Thank you. Through we go. Just trying not to hit the AI. There's my teammate, George Russell. Bye bye. And then we've got the 2 Ferraris ahead. WRS, bit of battery as well. Flying up into second, which is behind La Cream. There was a random bit of smoke floating in the air then. I have noticed that some of the particles, when they have spawned in and they're in the air, they do stay there permanently, unfortunately. one of the things that I noticed on photo mode was that the sound of the car lingers in the air behind it, almost like where my camera is now. It lingers in the air behind. I don't know if the frame rate just dropped or not then, but on my left-hand side on my preview, the frame rate just went really low, so I'm sorry if that's been the case there. It doesn't say it's dropped any frames. Sorry. Okay, a few laps to go, and it's looking good on the hard tyres at the moment, isn't it? It's great to know that you have to think about the strategy of what tyre compounds you use and when. That's really good. That is really good. Cars are in the pits now. The Ferraris and the McLaren behind me have all pitted. Yeah, the three of them are all in the pits. You can see that on the left-hand side on the timing tower. Not much of a timing tower. Sort of hoped we could. Hello. Expand that in time. But this, even against the AI, you know, this is not on the most difficulty. It's super fun. Really good fun. It's very simple and straightforward, and that's what you want from a racing game sometimes. You don't want it to be this complicated process of getting your sim rig out like the one next to me and setting your screens up and all that, and, you know, putting real time and effort into practicing to get quicker, only to, you know, have a hard time of it. Like the amount of hours I've spent on iRacing, you know, hoping that I'll have a good night in a racing league or whatever and had a crash. It does get to you. You know, it really it knocks you down when you put a lot of time into practicing something. When it's as simple to jump on and as easy to play as this, it's just joyous. I do love a racing game that you can play on a controller. So I'm on my second warning for track limits. Let's take the MiG. Okay, got our third warning. What about a fourth? Time penalty. Okay, time penalty of what? Does it say? We'll find out, I guess. We're about to lap some cars, which is a shame. A little warning there, or a little notification that we're on the final lap. We are half a minute clear, nearly. I don't know if that half a minute is actually true, or whether it's scaled. Oh, excuse me, blue flags, move. That's the effective Sergio Perez, which by the time this game has been released from when they when they first made that Perez, hello, has been replaced probably, what, 3 times? Hey, get away. We're going to win the Magyar GP. Bit of slipstream. Classy, Lewis. Get in there, Lewis. What a win. And then, don't worry, this isn't straight back to the menu. It's got a cool podium thing. Watch this. How good is that? So, Lewis, Max, Lando. Then you get the result of the race. So I got a 1 second penalty for all of those track limits. That's not very harsh. I may as well just get away with it. But yeah, we win. We win the race. But then it goes straight back to this. So I hope in time we will see a replay system, because then you can do screenshots from your races and all that, and obviously watch them back. I do hope that that's what's in this showroom thing on the right here. That would be really good to see that. And it's obviously a very promising start for this game. The demo is out now. You can go and play it for yourselves. It releases on the 18th of September. So what that says to me is there's not much for them to change from now until then, but we'll see. We'll see. It's a very promising start. I love this game, and I'll try and do more videos on this in time. But for now, I hope you've enjoyed this. Go and get it for yourselves, like I say. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video very, very soon. Have a good day.